having the pre-placement talk in our Chennai campus. I would like to welcome the product team. First, let me introduce the main person who is handling this product pre-placement talk in our Chennai campus. I'd like to welcome the product team. First, let me introduce the main person who is handling this product. I would like to welcome Mr. Chandramouli from the product team to give a brief introduction about the team and also the recruitment process for our students. So kindly pay attention regarding this recruitment process. So it will be a beneficial one. And if there are any doubts clarifying session also that can be done at the end of the PPT session. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. So good evening to all. I don't feel much energy. So good evening to all of you. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So this is Chandramouli. I'm leading campus hiring for Product India. First, I would like to express my deep gratitude, to our placement and faculties of VIT institution. So today, we came for the VIT to meet you. We would like to present, our product, right, to you, to walk through you a brief walkthrough that, right, as a company, as an organization, right, what is that we're going to offer. So I would request all of you, to pay attention, stay close to us. By the end of the session, right, and we would be having your, you can take your questions, and then, you can feel free to ask your questions, you can clarify your doubts, right? So here, we are privileged, to have with us Mr. Vijay Raghavan, who serves as the, senior director for product, and also, he's head of the service now practice. And Mr. Vijay brings, more than 2 decades of, industry experience, and he's driving, many portfolios in healthcare, right, in his BS stint in Cognizant. And he's been in product, for more than a year, and he's being an, avid runner, and a marathon, runner, and being even social worker. So today, it's an honor and privilege to have Mr. Vijay Raghavan here, and he is going to talk to you and interact with you, and he present to you, right, about the product and what is that, what work we are doing, right? And also, right, I have Ms. Neetu, who's our L&D partner for product, and she's going to talk. She will be sharing your thoughts, right? So let's have this session, go on. So now I would request Mr. Vijay Raghavan to take over the dais, right? So thank you all for your attention. So Vijay, just request you to take over.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Hope you guys are able to hear. Sure. So thanks a lot, Chandru, for the introduction. I'm really proud to be part of this particular session here, representing product. We definitely take as production. We take a lot of pride in representing our company in different forums, right? Either it is in industry forums or when you go to colleges or win any awards and anything, we do take a lot of pride in this. So I think what Chandru said, the format is going to be, we'll try to make it as interactive as possible. But the questions we can kind of reserve it, because there are certain questions that we would be more HR related, something related to delivery, like how you work. That is something we can definitely handle. So we will definitely encourage as much participation as possible in the questions, because net, I've been part of these placements in the past, like I've come through a campus interview myself. So I understand you have a lot of questions. I think mine was like 25 years back. So I understand probably I did not have that many, but with the amount of exposure you guys have, it's going to be a very interactive session. Just hold on to your questions for certain parts. There are certain places where we might be asking certain questions to you. At that time, we can respond. But the other questions, we will definitely encourage you to kind of take it up, and we will definitely answer that. So I will just go through the question. Okay, this is something we wanted to kind of figure out. Like, how many of you, like, why are you here? Can I figure out like how many of you are going to choose for A? Attendance was mandatory. I'm pretty sure there are few who might be thinking that. Okay. How about B? Are there free snacks? No? Okay. Then C, I'll be interested. Anyone wants to kind of put your hands up for C? Yeah, that's happy. I'm happy about it now. Good, good, good. And D, I don't want to go there, and not many will be raising your hands for that. Okay. Yeah, and E, is there a class that, or like, I think this might be a class that you might be attending or missing that class and coming over here. Is this like that? You have E. How many of them are in E? Okay, there is one. Good. And yeah, friends are everything, right? We just passed our friendship day, so obviously, your friend wanted to come, you joined. So how many of you are in that particular category? Good. That's good. Now I think Huh? Sure. Yeah, okay. So I think, as I said, you would have gone through multiple placement sessions, probably would have attended that. But we wanted to kind of, first thing is about whenever you are choosing a company, knowing what the company is, right? So you need to understand that, not to boast about ourselves, but every company has a unique place in the industry, right? So we need to make sure we understand that particular place, figure out if it fits into what we want to do, right? That's important because there will be many companies with different sizes are going to come in, companies with different background, different industries are going to come in. Like if you're in computer science related subjects and you're going to be here, you understand what you are going to get in. You have a lot of avenues for it. Your WhatsApp channels, your portals, sites, a lot of reviews that you go through. Definitely, these are sources you have to go through, LinkedIn, other things you have to definitely go through. So do your homework. That's an important part. Before you choose, do your homework. Okay. I mean, as I said, when we actually started, or I actually started placement, there were really few companies that basically come to placement at that. But now options are really big. So you take a right call. So we are here to kind of introduce you to our company so that you can understand whether it fits into your particular line of work, activity that you want to move into. Okay. So what is product, right? We are into something called connectedness. Does anyone know what is connectedness? Anyone has an idea? Give it a shot. What is connectedness? Just give it a shot. Anyone wants to give it a shot? It is related to something related to the telecommunications area. If you guys want, you can copy it, check it in Google and copy check it out. So connectedness is basically anything that relates to connecting human beings, connecting logistics, and trying to kind of make this world overall connected. So we are a company which are kind of addressing this particular space. We are trying to provide solutions, services to the companies which are in this particular way. You will see a few companies which are actually doing that. And when I say services, predominantly IT-oriented business process services and core network-related services. That's what we are doing. Okay, so that's the connectedness space. You will understand it a little more when we explain to it. So if you look at it, you give an analogy to it, you will see industries like logistics, you will see industries like healthcare. People into that connectedness is one such industry. Okay. So just a quick video. Just a moment, it's technical difficulty.
Share sound.
I don't know how many of you kind of were watching it. Which particular group does product belong to? Can anyone answer that? Okay. And how many industry segments are there where they are being right now? Jala. Good. That's good. I think some of you are attended. And I think one of the things is This product company is like close to 23, 24 years old, okay, overall. They've been in specific industries in February of 26 this year, sorry. So it's 25th year. And we have been in different shapes and forms earlier, but focused on connectedness in the last few years, and they've been kind of growing pretty rapidly in the last few years. That's the thing, and the plan is to basically go much faster. So recently, you would have seen news that one of Tech Mahindra's key person, Manish Vyas, was joined and taken over as the CEO. And there is a lot of focus in growth as well as expanding ourselves. So this is one of the key parts that we'll see. So as I said, there are 6 continents we are present in. We are a great place to work certified, DPW, that basically tells you the culture of an organization with respect to how you treat the employee, what options they have, and what kind of work-life balance they have. All these things are taken into account for this particular accreditation, and that is something we have done across all the different locations we are in. So you can see that particular one. And we are working with, we have nearshore centers, we have centers in Panama, we have in Puerto Rico, we have recently opened that. We have a center in Czech Republic, and India being the base. The company's corporate headquarters is in India, it's in Chennai, actually. And that's the way we operate. We are global. We have acquired companies outside of India also to basically expand ourselves. At the same time, we have been organically growing a lot in the last few years by bringing in more talents, and we are able to try to help our customers to kind of achieve a most cost-effective and innovative solutions. They're playing a signal. Yeah, I think I mentioned about this. So we have centers in Africa, India, Europe, UK being the primary. So South America also we have centers, North America, Australia. So these are the places which we operate in, and pretty, let's say, a global company, a real global company with opportunities where people are able to kind of move across, relocate, and kind of like help those countries where in creating positions in those countries to help our clients. So something about product, how we work today. You can take a look at it, and I'll talk about it.
Okay, so hi everyone. So I know video is getting ready. So till then, I thought I'll get your thoughts on what you are able to because from the non-audio video that you're able to highlight. What is that you're able to see? Everyone after I think we've been talking for quite a long time. So if we can hear from you, I think it's good and interactive also. And we also know that you all awake and not right? So yes, what I thought that came to your mind when you saw this video without the audio, right? You could see some pictures, you could see some, images. Anyone wants to answer? There's no right or wrong answer. I think it's a very simple question. Yes?
Happy working.
Happy work environment. Yes, thank you so much. Can I have your name, please? Vishnu. Yeah, thanks, Vishnu. That was fantastic. Yes. So, thank you so much. So yes, after that, we work hard and play hard. Okay, so we do work together and we also have fun together like this. Okay, and it is amazing to have even leaders joining us in such fun activities. So that was a small glimpse of the video. Thank you, Vishnu. Any other thoughts like how Vishnu had? It's a fun workplace. Anything else that comes to your mind? Sorry? Excellent. Thank you so much. Can we give a round of applause to Manish? Manish, okay. So that's a very good as well. Thank you so much. And yes, please join. Okay. So yes, teamwork and collaboration. And that's what we believe at Kodak, right? Without teamwork, without collaboration, there's nothing. There's nothing such as I. All right. Yes. We do ready? All right. Any other thoughts? Sorry? Yes, no? And who said that? Can you raise your hand? Your name, please.
video இருக்குல்ல அது மாத்திரம்
Okay. Okay. So you can if you could explain a little bit more about why did you mention diversity? Because there are a lot of aspects of diversity. Okay.
யூடியூப் லிங்க் ஓபன் பண்ண இல்ல ஆக்சஸ் வராது
Or I mean, you could come forward. Okay. All right. So mic is coming. I don't know. Okay. They're okay with the mic going in. Or you can wait for the answer. Okay. Meanwhile, the mic goes to Arvind. One quick question. So you have seen in the previous video, okay, how many women, what's the percentage of women employees at that? One is excellent. You have been across all of you. Okay. And yes, we have Arvind there answering us. Yes.
Ma'am, I can see people of many cultures and regions over there.
Excellent. Yes, you can see people of different culture. So I think that's what Vijay was also mentioning in the previous slide, right? That we have people working across the world, across different cultures, and for that, we also get trained as to how can we work with different cultures, right? So that's a fantastic thing again at that. All right. Any other thoughts? Okay, we can move.
So, I think the next video would have been an interesting one, but I'll try to cover the content on it. So, what do we work on today, right? So, what is product? What does product basically cover? We said our connectedness industry here, right? So, we work with Amazons of the world, PayPal, these kind of companies, we call them big tech. We are into technology, kind of like taking the cutting in technology to kind of introduce connectedness, as we mentioned. And that's one area. If you look at it, that's what the big tech is all about. The big net is the large network providers. Okay, we'll give you some examples of it. For example, the people who basically are owning the cable lines, the satellite providers, we work with them because we are specialists in network equipments. We know how to kind of like program them. We know how to connect with respect to how to use technology to make them talk. So we are actually in that line also. Big infra, the providers, because these technologies require large infrastructure, right? So these are big infrastructure providers, we work with them. So this is kind of how we arrange us. Our customers, when I say customers, the clients are arranged in either of these categories. So we get to work with the entire gamut of people who connect the world. So for example, I take a pride to work with one company, which is actually maintaining the undersea cables. So they have technology to kind of manage the undersea cables, for example, from Chennai to Singapore, Bombay to people in Saudi Arabia. There are undersea cables here, they are specialists in maintaining them, laying them. That's what they are, and I enable the technology for them. For example, service nodes implementation that we are doing for them, that's to automate their process. So similar to that, there are many such companies which are providing very niche kind of services. We are helping them in kind of making them more efficient. How? By taking care of their existing systems, introducing analytics kind of things where we are making them more optimized. And for example, the undersea cable, we are actually now enabling them with analytics. So that looking at the data that is there in the different routers and the different switches on under the sea, you'll be able to see if it is working fine or is there a problem with that particular one. Like in the next few days, it's going to come down, right? So that there can be proactive maintenance. That's the kind of cutting edge things we are doing. Collecting the data, analyzing it, finding the anomalies of it, using all the statistical models. And now with the generative AI coming in, we are now getting to the next part of saying, what next? What is the next thing that's going to happen out of it? We are working on that also. That's the kind of work we can see on a day-to-day basis, right? So when you come in, I take the assessments to a year, but if you are able to really grasp the technology, you can get into that. Or if you're very good in software programming, you have a line also. So you have the people who are doing developing applications on top of it. For example, whatever data comes, we have visualization. So you have people who do visualization. That's kind of the cutting edge people, right? So this is what we do in product day. Every customer, we basically go to them, find out where the problem. It could be on the billing system, it could be on their regular portal, web. So any of what a telecommunication provider or a connectedness provider requires, we do. That's the kind of work. Unfortunately, the video would have been much more exciting, but we couldn't play that. There are some technical difficulties on that. So we will cover that. If you have any questions on that, I will definitely be able to talk about. So some sample, as I said, Amazon server, M-Pesa. M-Pesa is one of the largest financial services providers. They have so many, point of sale systems that actually provide and with variety of technologies where they are actually distributing money and also being the key end point where they are actually enabling it, equivalent to your UPI apps and Google apps in the African world is M-Pesa. We do that. Big net, as I mentioned, these are the people who are providing the network. So we basically work with them. So the internet, the broadband that you see, the satellite phones that you see, these are the kind of guys we basically provide everything. They own the lines, they own the power infrastructure that actually gets the internet in. And we are very proud to kind of say that we are able to almost reach 5 billion people overall across the globe to kind of reach them by using serving these customers today. And the last one, big infra, as I said, these are the guys who are creating those equipments, generators of the world. Samsung, these are the people who are doing the manufacturing, and they are the ones who are standing up the infrastructure that helps these companies to basically provide the big net and the big techs, basically extract the best out of that. So that's how we actually segregate ourselves. Okay, so the next question, so we have spoken about the product, right? What product is?
what we do, and why are we there in this particular industry, and we compete with the best of the world. So why product? Why do I choose product? I had worked with another MNC company for about 20 years before I joined product. So one, culture. The key thing that is identity. I find myself relevant in this particular industry because product is being developed. So I'm able to lead a practice, 200 plus people of practice, and I'm able to do, and I'm able to face a customer, provide solutions to them, and make their customers happy. That is one area. Work-life balance, yes. When you are passionate about work, right? The one thing that you do is basically invest on it. Once you are able to invest that particular time, you are able to make yourself smarter. You are able to kind of identify the right amount of work that you need to do to make yourself really better. And that is where our leadership is very, very firm on, is basically smart work. Hard work is going to be there for some time, but smart work. That's the motto of product. They insist on making sure that you have a proper work-life balance. So that is important. Everyone knows about it. We don't have to talk about the work-life balance. But the motto is smart work, and it is done by some of the activities we're going to show later on, how they enable. How they enable in the sense I'm responsible for my unit. So I enable my team so that they are able to kind of do it precisely. That reduces their long hours of work. So there will be, I would say, 70–80% of the people who are able to really adapt to it, and they are able to really balance their life very well. Okay, that's the reason I see that. Next one, as I said, career growth and upskilling. Today we have a career guidance program for most of the units today, which is getting rolled out for everywhere. You come into the organization, you know what are things you need to basically be doing for you to kind of keep growing a bit. Because you don't have to like rely on a manager to tell you. There is a process in place, certification, skills, the performance that you put in automatically tells you where you can go. So that's something that we give it. And in addition to it, we will be talking about it. We actually have tie-ups with IIT, where you can do courses, but there is some specific timeline that you need to perform before you can basically do courses on that. And also there are a lot of certification and skills that we are actually enabling for you. That is going to help you to kind of career. It's not about just product, but you are able to establish yourself as an identity within this particular career. That is what we have to basically do. That's one of the reasons we are in today. Okay. So now Neetu will talk about a few other aspects of the learning and development.
Thank you, Vijay. All right. So yes, in continuation to what we saw, that there are various opportunities here at product. Okay, so we follow various models, various methodologies to upskill our product teams across the world. Okay, and we also have tie-ups with various institutions, various online institutions like LinkedIn, Udemy, okay, and also yes, IIT Madras. Okay, you can do specific courses in relation to your roles. Okay, and another very important thing here is we roll out role-based curriculums. Okay, so any product who comes in at any level, there is a curriculum that has to be completed. Okay, so it is a blend. We follow the blend methodology here, which means it is blended with online learning as well as facilitator-led learning combined with action learning projects. So it is just not learning. We also combine and conclude learning with action learning projects, where after you complete your learning, it is being implemented on any kind of projects that you are working. Okay, now your question might be for freshers who come into the organization, what is the learning and development opportunities that we have, right? So as soon as the freshers enter product, okay, the first thing that they step on into is something called as the university. Okay, we have implemented something called as the product university just last year. Okay, and we have the first batch of product university getting graduated just last month. It's just been 1 month. And they all have been successfully deployed to various projects. Okay, so like projects like I could say all big names like Verizon. There is like how we heard from Vijay and so many high-end technologies that freshers are also working on. Okay, so when I say university, as soon as a fresher joins in, he or she is put to something called as the university, and there is rigorous technical program or technical training that is being given on the domain that the person is being recruited on for a particular month. Along with that, there are some behavioral skills also being trained on depending upon the project requirement. And after that, there is a post-assessment that is being done. And finally, based on the results that the fresher performs in all the trainings, the assessments, and the scores that is compiled, based on that, the particular fresher will be deployed into various projects. So everything is based on the performance of your learning during the learning journey. All right. So that's what product offers for the fresher. And what I have seen in my 15 plus years of career, that none of the company gives such a leverage time for a fresher to get in, to get absorbed into the system, learn technology, apply it into different projects, and then get into a real-time project. Okay, so when they get into a project, they are completely hands-on. Okay, so that's one of the USP of product and the university that has been rolled out. Okay, and you can also see something called as the scalable delivery model. It's nothing but you see 70, 20, 10. Okay, so 70% will come out of the on-the-job training. Okay, so when I say on-the-job training, the last phase of any fresher training or any lateral training happens through experience. Okay, because I'm sure all of you know, maximum amount of learning happens via experience. And that is again facilitated by the talent development team, which is not to say you learn by experience. It's not like that. It is being properly facilitated by different processes, procedures, and that's documented in something called as the learning management system. Okay, learning management system, we have all our courses, library, everything put up on a centralized library called learning management system, where each and every person's learning score, performance, everything is being mapped to that. All right, and the balance 20% and 10% is 20% to others. When we say others, you learn from your team members, you learn from your peers, your mentors, your managers, right? So learning from each other. And finally, the 10% is through the learning that you do, okay? Through courses, through various instructor-led training, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the scalable delivery model that we follow at product to enhance upskilling, to enhance learning of every platform. Right, we can go on to the next slide. Sorry, before we can move on, now there are also different kinds of programs for different levels of productions. Okay, like for example, if a person is a people manager, all right. So when I say people manager, they have people reporting, and they get into a part of different kinds of leadership development programs. Okay, and we are very proud to say that one of our leadership development programs has been nominated for a Brandon Hall Award. So we have received 2 silver awards for one of our leadership development programs. So when I say Brandon Hall, it is equal to Oscar for a talent development team. So that's it's a really good. Thank you so much. So it's all prevalent in LinkedIn. You can have a look at our product page in LinkedIn, and there is more details about this. So we also do trainings which are simulation based. So when I say simulation based, the trainee or the learner, whoever is a part of that program, they get into a simulation which is like a real scenario, like a real project scenario. They are allowed to make n number of mistakes there. They come out of the simulation, they get a report, and they get to know what are the areas of improvement in that particular simulation, and which they do not repeat in a real project scenario. right? So these are kinds of learnings, these are kinds of sessions that every product team goes to, different kinds of varieties of sessions. And this is the university thing that I was telling you, right? So every fresher who gets in, they get into the product university, they go through a particular curriculum, they complete the assessment, and then they are put into different projects. Right? So that's about talent development opportunities at products, right? Handing over to Chandru.
Yeah, thanks, Nizu. So what you say is now the 9 semesters are some product.
Sorry?
What you say is now the 9 semesters are some product.
Definitely, yes.
So thanks. So over to Jay.
Okay, so continue on the why problem. I mentioned most of these, basically it's a global company. While you start in Chennai, you have opportunities to basically, based on your performance, your skill set that you are basically able to acquire, you have options to work in different continents as such, right? We are expanding. Now we are into Saudi Arabia, we are now moving to Japan as well. So by the time you guys come on, there might be additional geographies that might be added. But the focus is on making sure wherever we go, we are able to give good solutions to the clients that we are looking at. That's one of the things. Yeah, recognizing excellence. I think we spoke about the specific on the telecom part we were mentioning about. Gartner has recognized as one of the native telecom companies, essentially because the amount of telecom related domain experience that we are able to bring in, the network part of it, the people part of it, as well as we are able to provide application services part of it. Gartner has recognized us for that. So that's one of the reasons we should think about it. Then I mentioned about the great place to work already. Innovation, people, culture, I think many of the companies might be talking about it, but the point is about, as I mentioned, we take pride in servicing the important technology that really is bringing the other technologies. You look at it, without internet, without these words, you will not be able to really learn about the new technologies. We take pride in bringing the internet to every single people useful. That is what the difference that we make in this particular community, or say the global community as such. This also needs covered basically. So we have the from a HR. Yeah, just a Chandru will cover this slide.
So guys, you can see, so these are the, various, benefits and support system, right, what product is offering. You can see that, the systems of financial support and the training development, what Niku covers, right, and, your personalized growth, right, and your work-life balance, and how human in focus, and your job protect, right. If we talk about, human in focus, we are currently, working on a program called Human Return to Workforce, right, and human who taken a maternity break sometimes ago, now we are just calling them, we are giving them opportunity to start their work again, right. So that's something program we are working upon. Then this thing is not approach to leadership or something, right, because in Kona, we are the back organization. At any given point of time, you are free to share your ideas, your supervisors, to your group leaders, or whoever it may be, even the CEO or any levels, right? That's the organization. Yeah, and when it comes to the financial support, so we really having the top loan policy and the the rewards and recognition funds, right? And when it comes to this work-life balance, just we are currently how to a hybrid working model, and just we understand the concerns, right, of the employees on even the COVID times, right? In the COVID times, product how it operates, right? And we just even rolled out an employee program where we reached out to the our employee residences, ensuring that our employees are well vaccinated, right? And that is something, right, that we have worked upon close to all our 6,000 plus associates, right? And that is among the program, right? So these are the the benefits, right? And we can support system at any one point in time, right? We have any access, to take support, right? Yeah, we can, right?
So one of the points I wanted to highlight here, right, which I personally felt different from the previous companies I worked on. In product, when we go through this initial phase, the new coming, right, there are people who are assigned to spot the talent, which basically makes it. So I've seen 3 to 4 of their freshers. I would say they are probably 2.5 years in the experience. They are presenting and representing product in different forums. Okay, because we were able to identify their value, their uniqueness, and we put in specific initiatives with them, which we are presenting. One of them is now working on a patent. Okay, so that's the kind of people recognition that we get. So that's one of the things that I can think of as a difference in product, right? The second thing is, right now, our CEO, the motto is basically, he wants to basically go with the model of like entrepreneurship model. He's saying, if you are a person in a particular unit, you own a particular customer, you become the CEO of that business. He's going to give that freedom to us to operate and make sure we're able to serve that particular customer. So he's trying to develop and inculcate that entrepreneurship related activities within us. This is something I've seen working in another company where I came from. But in product, that's one of the huge cultural changes that is being brought in. So that is something that's going to help each one of you to identify yourself, your strength, and you will say, if you have the capability and you have the required attitude for it, it gets bigger. I wanted to just take 1 minute in that particular one to kind of acknowledge the fact that it is different because the company size is limited to 6,000 people roughly. So it will be easy to spot a talent and it will be easy to kind of grow that particular talent by giving us contact. That is the difference that I think in product. You guys can probably, once you kind of get to that particular point, you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we mentioned about Java, right? They are into this philanthropy a lot. So product being a DNA of Java Group is also encouraging people who really have something to give back to the community, right? So this product foundation actually sets up this whole journey for you to basically participate in different activities within the CSR space. So these are examples for you, which we basically do. This is not just product India. This is a culture that's actually there in every part of the world. So we are part of Panama, we do that. There are people in Africa who are actually encouraged to basically participate in the local community giving back. So this is a DNA given for us. Like we don't have to even think about it. I think for other companies, CSR might be a mandate. For us, it's not. In the sense, it's part of the DNA. It comes along with the group. You are encouraged to basically give back to the community. So you can feel free to kind of go and participate in teaching students, like going to orphanages or wherever it may be, because product itself basically sponsors that. So that's one of the differences we can definitely see. Okay, this slide is for you to read some of the testimonials you have. And a lot of these testimonials you can see it in LinkedIn and other sites as well. So we just wanted to leave you with a couple of them. Chandra?
So guys, so currently, we are upon the climax, right, of the session, right? And so this is the package, right? And what is that you're going to get offered in product? So this is the package. So we have 2 categories. One is the dream offer, and the other one is super dream offer. For dream offer, the package is 5.5 lakh fixed plus 50K joining bonus. Then the super dream offer would be 7.5 lakh fixed plus 50K joining bonus, right? And here, you all know this, about the basic criteria. And also that, when you begin your career in product and you will be having your training period. After your training period, when you become your full-time employment in product, then you are required to sign a bond. I mean, the service agreement, for product for 18 months. So that is something, similar, right, in every company. We also follow that, right? So, how do we, get this package, right? It is, depends on your performance in the selection process, right? And we have 4 rounds of selection process, right? Starting from the first process would be the online assessment. right? And then following that, once we clear the all investment, we will be having the focus group discussion, right? After the focus group discussion, then you will be having your culture fit interview, what we call the HRO, but we call it a culture fit interview. Then you will be having the tech interview, right? And your audit assessment, because in the sense, you will be having, the assessment right in the categories of your verbal ability, then your coding capability, then your aptitude, right? And our assessment partner is, VCP, so it's called VCA problem. So what we will do is, we will be sharing you the sample questionnaire pattern to your placement cell to help you to ensure you guys are, well prepared and having the idea and the logic of this, sample questionnaire. So this is something we'll be sharing right prior to our week back, prior to, week of your, interview process. Then you will be getting that, at least in, week before. Then you guys, can start prepare. Then if you having any, questions or any such, issues, anything, you can just route the questions not to your face themselves. So we'll come back, with the answer, right? Is it clear? Any questions? Any questions? Is it clear? Right, and all interview process, right, will happen, in the institution, right, and so all is going to be a physical event.
Year should be 25. Year of passing should be 2025. Year of 2025.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a small typo, right? This year of passing would be 2025, not 24, right? That is our mistake. So the year of passing would be 25, 2025.
We are the largest company in
So
the.
there is a message, from the founder, of our organization, Mr. Vedant Chawar.
யூடியூப் லிங்க் இருக்கு. யூடியூப் லிங்க் இருக்கு. இதுல கொடுக்க முடியுமா இதுல? இல்ல இல்ல நீ எல்லாமே உங்களோட ஆக்சஸ். ஸ்டாப் ஷேரிங். லிங்க் இருக்கு. நீங்க இன்சர்ட் பண்ணிருப்பீங்களா சார்?
வெளியில
சேம் வீடியோ டெஸ்க்டாப்
PDF ஃபைல் இருக்கு.
The last video.
ரெகுலரா இதுல வருது.
We are the largest
இதை வந்து அங்க பே
company in
பண்ணுறது.
the.
We can open up for questions.
Yeah.
So guys, while we are playing the video, right? We can open up for the questions, right? I think we can just go down, video.
There are mic.
Mic is there.
Mic is there. So is there a mic?
Mic போயிட்டா.
இல்ல இல்ல.
Open up for questions.
Fast on going.
Yes, any questions?
So feel free to ask any questions. Anyone? Yeah, just feel free to ask any questions.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Yeah, please. My name is As the when the last slide, the probation period, when will the probation period start?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the probation period will start, when you become the full-time employment of product. Okay? So that is a 6 month probation. So when you become the full-time employment of product, then the probation starts officially. Okay? Thank you. Any questions?
HDMI approach करगा वीडियो का करते हैं टेस्ट का रीडिंग करते हैं
Yeah, please. My name is Ankit. Yeah. I want to know about what's the position of the company, like how much you get from our college? What will be the strength? Sorry, am I audible? Just let's play this video. We will have a question.
किधर करें
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so please go ahead with your question, please. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead. What is the expectation of the company? Like how much is going from our college?
How many people?
What about the hiring number? Okay, hiring number. Hiring number you want. Yeah. So the hiring number is something, right, just we can't disclose, but however that, however that, it all becomes, see, we are reaching out, to institutions, to hire, the right talent, right? So this is something, right, as much, the kind of talents, what they're expecting, so we will be, hiring those people, right? So to be honest, right, we just can't, say numbers that, we go and hire, to give few numbers. But anyhow that we are open, right? So any, good talents, right? If anyone comes, open for learning. So all those people, right, will get opportunity in product.
full number
Hi, sir.
very
Yeah, please.
Hi, sir. Good evening. My name is Arif, and I wanted to ask if anyone wants to pursue higher studies like MTech after 18 months of product, does product provide any facility to those?
Would you like to, because it's asking, right, any 100 studies after 18 months, product is going to provide any sponsor.
Yes, your name please?
Aryan. Aryan.
Arif, okay. So yes, as I showed you in one of the slides that we do have tie-ups with IIT. You can pursue your higher education from there post 18 months.
We are the largest company in the domain of connectivity. We're the fastest. Our customers are the world's biggest brands. Verizon, Vodafone, British Telecom, all the way to Facebook, Google, this one. And these are companies that are facing tomorrow. We're growing rapidly. They're growing at 30-40% organically. With our acquisitions, they're growing at 50%. There's always new roles, there's always new talent. It's really up to individuals to sort of figure out what they want to do before that and build those skills and raise their head. The part that we're quite proud of trying to create is the ability for anybody to aspire to be people at any role at all, right? And our entire career pathway, our entire learning and development framework are built around trying to enable people to sort of choose the path they want to pursue for that. Life through that is meeting people that are smart, meeting people that are accessible, fun, active, surrounding yourself with these kinds of people is what you see life as product every day. Life as product is also about being driven and ambitious, driven towards the team. Hopefully every day, the kind of people you meet, the kind of friends you make through that will hopefully have all of these things. And that is what most of the large companies are at a completely different phase of evolution. They have hundreds of thousands of people. Whether they are in the company or not doesn't matter, right? The company continues. It's a machine. It's a manufacturing machine. The business is really. But when you know that every single individual is responsible, right? What you do as the company on a day-to-day basis, and the life that you take away from the contribution to the program is what makes you an individual that can do better in life and in your work. All of our success is 100% credited to the product and product across the world. And so for us, talent is everything, right? So for us, talent far supersedes anything else, whether it's structure, whether it's a process, whether it's revenue.
We continue with questions.
Good evening, ma'am. Can you please elaborate on the
Hiring process.
schedule?
They want to go to the hiring.
Okay, hiring process, yeah, I'll repeat again.
We are the largest.
Yeah, let me explain again. So, we'll be having, more on-top process. So, we'll be starting with the online assessment, right? So, that is the, first given your online assessment. Following that, you'll be having your focus group discussion. Then you'll be having your HR discussion, it's like all, the cultural fit interview. Then after that, you'll be having your tech interview, right? So, that's the process, right? So, how to take this online assessment? That's what I mentioned that. So we will be sharing you the sample questionnaire at least a week before the hiring process. So that will be help you to give you an idea about the logic pattern to help you to get prepared. Am I answering your question? Any questions, please?
Ayush, as it was mentioned in the video, what is that the company is going at a 30% CAGR, what salary increment can we expect like year on year?
See, that's a very good question. Yes. So, the company's growth, obviously what happens is the company growth is related to the performance, right? So obviously, if you're able to impress upon the customer, you're going to give more projects, obviously, which means there are many people who have really performed well. The people who have performed well, definitely we have this typical rating process, right? The people who have really performed well actually get a very good percentage. I can't tell you the exact increments because it's confidential, but the top 30 to 40 actually get a very, very good. Okay, and when you grow from one level to another level, there is another level of increment that basically comes in. So it is purely based performance based. Okay, when the company grows, obviously you have a lot of spaces for you to also grow, which means typically what happens is company basically tells you based on your company's target achievement, they give a percentage that on top of your typical percentage that you do, right? That is always based on the company's performance also gets added on top of your performance. So that's the regular increment plus the company's performance just matter. Hope that answers your question.
Good morning, sir. I'm Deval. My question is, what kind of topics will be coming for technical round that the last one we are talking about?
Okay, so you want more complexity?
No, so what are the topics? Because I'm from an EC background, so I could be.
Okay, topics. So, yeah, let me tell you this and then you can add, right? See, here, right, we don't want to prescribe any particular technology or topics, you have to come prepared, right? It's all about, right, whatever you learn, right, and whatever the logic, right, right? The come for interview, right, start from how you're showing your confidence level, right? So that means whatever you know, right? We're not going to ask like anything, right, out of the box that, right, whether you know Java, Rocket Functional, all these things, right? It's all about whatever you prepare and how to present yourself, your logic, right? Your logic way of solving these problems, That's something, helping you, to get a better outcome, right, of the interview process.
Yes.
Would you like to add?
Yeah, I think
You just go back.
it is more on the
Corresponding.
subjects that you typically go through. We're not going to be specifically asking about a particular domain or a stream. It will be, first is about your aptitude. Second, as you said, about confidence when it comes to the interview. The third is overall attitude of
Sharing.
learning. So how deep have you gone into the subjects you have done, right? Are you able to really express yourself in that is what the key part. Because at the end of the day, whatever you are learning here, the application will be different. That if you look into the domain, there are certain aspects of it you will have to learn. That's why the initial product university concept is to bridge you to what you learned in the theory to the application. That's where the product is bridge. So you don't have to worry about that part. You will take care of
The
it.
model.
But the key part is about how easily you are able to grasp it. That's what we are doing. Okay, that is going to tell us saying this is the person that we want to invest on. Because the first 18 months we are going to invest on you and you are going to basically go as a career with along. That is the reason we always look for that. But be confident, show yourself your presence. At the end of the day, it's about showing your presence there in the front of in a group discussion or in an interview, show your presence that you know what you're talking about. That's what we did.
The second video. Okay. Second video.
We are
Previous video.
Yes, I'll take, I'll.
Yeah, any questions? Yeah, feel free.
I'll share it.
I believe myself long-term. So, in today's scenario, there is an exponential growth in AI technologies. So, like, how we can utilize AI in everyday work life and, production.
That's an excellent question, right? Because that is one of the things that every single unit head is asking. I'm also one of the unit head there. The point is about achieving the same kind of results in a much faster way. That's where AI comes in, right? When it comes to Gen AI, for example, now we are tasked to figure out how do I improve the productivity of my developers, my testers, right? So I'm focused on that right now to kind of bring in those Gen AI and AI related concepts to kind of say text to code or any other like tools that are available in the market, right? We are now researching on that. In fact, we have already implemented certain tools that we already have. So that will be able to crunch data and give you better results. And we are supposed to be working with that to kind of see how we can improve or optimize one of the solutions back to the customer. So everyday life, when I look at it, workplace wise, it is there. Project wise, that's one of the angles and the direction that we are taking, because without Gen AI, companies and service companies cannot exist anymore. So that is going to be the part of life, yeah.
And also,
Hello, sir.
and also the talent development.
Yeah.
So my name is Arish. So I was asking you, like, will you be guys allow only 9 pointers to sit for the exam, or will it be all?
Sorry, I just can you please come again?
So the thing is, I was asking, like, will you be allowing only 9 pointers to sit for the exam, or all other CGP people, whoever applied?
Yeah, so whoever applied, right? So that's why, go for the, the registration. This is right, and whoever applied, right, and whoever interested, right, for this opportunity product, people will be given the opportunity. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir.
And just to add to it, right? While 9 pointer is an academic, I already told you, academic to professional, there is a bridge that is definitely needed. So you have to understand that people are smart enough. An 8 pointer can probably even exclude 9 pointer. I've seen that happening. So I'm not going to be saying this. So do not worry about your grade. The performance in your interview matters. So all the best.
Thank you for the clarification. Any questions, please?
Second video.
Video replay.
Close it also.
Guys, anyone? Any questions from women, right? So far, guys, they just pick up far, they've been rocking. Anything from, the side, right? Guys are being, being quiet for some time.
I think we were expecting more questions from them, honestly speaking. Guys,
Yeah, please.
Hello, sir. I'm Preplacement Talk, and my question is that what tech stack is being used in the role that we will be applying to?
what not is the question? We have Python. I mean, the network is very unique. Okay, there are technologies like Python that is used for connecting to those devices. There are a lot of proprietary scripts that we might have to basically learn. JavaScript is there across the board, portals everywhere. I do ServiceNow. ServiceNow has a lot of JavaScripts. So it is wide variety. It depends on what that customer is currently on. They might be in an old mainframe also, but most of them have moved on. There are Salesforce related technologies that we use today, Juniper related technologies. We have specific language for them. So across the board, because this is a very high tech industry. This connected industries are a very high tech technical industry. So they use latest and greatest cutting edge technologies. So you get to basically, that's why I'm saying we will bridge you. We will train you to that specific technology, but you come with that attitude of able to really learn and we'll be able to take you. That's how it is.
So, thank you, sir.
Audio.
Yeah, guys, any questions? Feel free to ask questions.
That's, we can.
Guys, yeah, so we can still take questions, right? Anyone yeah, if anyone having any doubts, right, in terms of any clarity, right, about the process and whatever we spoken, right, since now 1 hour. Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions. So this is your opportunity.
And the last slide.
We still have time.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Next.
Okay, I think I'll go to close. Okay. So thank you all for all your patience from difficulties, thank you all, so thanks for your patience and your focus, for 1 hour, you'll be, patient enough to listen what we say, right? So we would like to wish you all the best, right? And wish you all the best for the future endeavors, right? So we welcome you all, for product. Looking forward, for the interview, process, right, on 24th of September. Right, so we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
We have last slides. Okay. Please do follow us on LinkedIn.
So please do follow us on LinkedIn, basically follow us and, get some along the updates, latest updates, right, and what is our doing our process.
So this,
Statement, okay? I was 2 years old, right? So you have to complete this statement and the best entry will win exciting prize. Okay? right? So we already have people coding in a lot of responses and our team is trying to evaluate those. We look forward to receiving your responses as well, okay? So very simple. I was today years old when I learned product is. So today you would have learned a lot about product, right? You would have understood some pointers, some new information, right? So you can spend out your thoughts on it. Right, so looking forward to see your post coming. Thank you. Yes, but the question is, did you all learn about product today? Yes, no? Oh, can I get a louder yes? You'll be happy. Fantastic. Thank you so much. It was great interacting on behalf of Kodak. It was great interacting with all of you. Right, and looking forward to see you all at our campus, right? All the very best.
Now we can take a photo. Right, you can take a selfie from here, you come down, right? Yeah, so can you all just please come here, you can take a, selfie over here, you can attend the here. People, please come forward. Please come forward.
ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேரிங்ல
ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேரிங்ல தூக்கிட்டாங்க சொன்னீங்க.
ஏன்னா இப்போ நோட்டிபிகேஷன் வரும்போது ஆடியோ
One, two, three. One more. Thank you.
ஆன்ல